Hi, it's Jakub, and this is the third example from today's problem set, and this one is a bit different. Let's play with some cars, shall we? We have a number of cars. We have a boy that has these toy cars, and he, for unknown reasons, decided to place them in a couple of rows and columns. And in this picture, this is just an example. We have 5 rows. We have 5 rows, and we have 6 columns. But this is just an example. What we know, however, is that the number of columns is one larger than the number of rows. So that is going to be important. This is the only thing that's going to be important pretty much here. So let's say that instead of 5 and 6, we just have n plus 1 columns and rows. What is important is n is any number, any natural number. We don't care what it is. What we know is that it is this one is one larger, right? Now let's note is that exactly one of those two numbers is always even, right? Because if you just look at all the numbers, all the natural numbers, that they go, there's odd and even, 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 right? This is how they go. And this is actually true not only for 2, because every other number is even. Every second number is divisible by 2, right? But it's also true for other divisors. Every third number will be divisible by 3. Every fourth number will be divisible by 4. Every fifth number will be divisible by 5, and so on and so on. You can just list the numbers, think about it, and it's like, yes, because we add 5, so we're just skipping 4, which are not divisible by 5, and then we get to the one that is. And then we add 5 again, so we're skipping 4 that are not divisible by 5 and get to 5 again. But okay, let's forget about 5. Let's focus on 2. What I was saying is that either n or n plus 1 is even. Last time we had 6 columns and 6 was even, but we might as well have 6 rows and then we have 7 columns, and in that case the number of rows is even. So it might be one, might be the other. We don't know. But what we do know is the total number of cars, all the cars, is equal to n times n plus 1, right? Because we just take number of rows, multiply by number of cars, right? In last case will be 5 times 6, and you can notice that 5 times 6 is 30, and we have 30 cars here. This is pretty obvious, right? Isn't it? So in general, we have a total number of cars which is equal to n times n plus 1, just as I said. And notice that this is a product of two numbers, and one of those numbers is an even number, right? And we know that if we multiply something divisible by a given number by something else, then the divisibility doesn't go away, because we're just adding new prime factors, but we are not taking any away, right? So if n was divisible by 2 and we multiply by n plus 2, n plus 1, then there will still be divisible by 2. If n plus 1 was divisible by 2 and we multiply by n, that the product will still be divisible by 2. The point is that the product of those two numbers is always even, right? Because either one of those two, one of them is even, so the product is even. Basically the entire problem. Thank you very much for listening and watching me, and good luck with the problem set.